Because one thing with algae is that they can grow very fast under sunlight, and that's what you can see here. It's already half the pan. Fortunately, sometimes if you get a little bit of wind, it all pushes it to one side. But there's also animals that eat the algae, ducks and geese. So haven't seen any ducks yet actually, but maybe at some point we'll attract some. Although I think the pan is a bit small for ducks. If the water would fill up the other pan, then I'm sure we will get some ducks around there. Maybe some white-faced ducks or some yellow-billed ducks or one of the other duck species. Yeah, let's see, what else can we talk about? Still the Egyptian goose there. Yeah, most of you might know that, but if we just switch the view quickly. If you see that tree on the left there, there's a lot of big nests in it. Can you maybe zoom in a little bit clear? Those nests are from the red-billed buffalo weaver. And the last couple of weeks we've actually seen some of them at the pen as well. It's a beautiful bird, mostly black colored. Obviously, as the name says, it has a red bill and it's got a little bit of lighter patch in the wing as well. It's quite a beautiful bird. And it's also one of the what people call the little five. And the little five is what the people try to find a small animal that has the name of a big five animal in its name. And then I see those are the nests. Pretty messy nest, especially for a weaver. Weaver typically make neater nests. Still no other animals around. Yeah, that's the other thing with overcast days. Actually, for wildlife viewing, especially at waterholes, hot and dry days are the best. But in all honesty, I don't mind an occasional nice, cool and overcast day. But coming back on the little five, so the buffalo weaver is obviously the equivalent to the buffalo in the big five. We just see on the other camera that the walk is just starting, the morning walk. I guess the people that are going on the morning walk from Hardy the Ibis, will also be quite pleased that it's a bit overcast. Yeah, that's the Hardy the Ibis. Another very noisy bird. Let's see, maybe they want to do a competition again. The geese and the ibis, see who can squeak the loudest. Sometimes the camera doesn't want to go fast enough, and sometimes it goes too fast. Yeah, as you can see, it's using its bill to probe for insects. That's its feeding habit. It's actually quite interesting. We've got lots of those in the Western Cape as well at the moment, but they did not originally occur in the Western Cape. They've only started actually expanding west fairly recently in I say ecological terms. Because if you go back about 40 years now, then there weren't any Hardy the Ibis in the Western Cape, and since then they've started coming there and more until now it's actually quite a common bird. So also in the Western Cape we are treated to this very high sound and loud sound of the birds flying over. Always like from a distance it looks always a bit like a bit of a drab color bird. I like the white lines under the eyes. And actually, if you get it, unfortunately the real color quality of these cameras is not as good as let's say the high definition cameras and good photo cameras. But if you get to see it with a very nice picture, actually the color of it's actually really quite a nice and I wouldn't say intense, but it's a very how to describe it and well, let's just say I like the color without trying to qualify it any further. But yeah, you can see its bill is very well suited for probing, in debris, in animal dung, or even if the soil is a bit soft, it can actually poke into the soil a little bit. And a lot of the birds, actually, the top of the bill is actually quite sensitive, so they can actually sometimes distinguish whether, if they feel something, whether it's a little rock or whether it's a grub or a little worm or something like that. So they know that whether they have to probe a little bit further to get it, or whether they should just try some. Just got one there. You see that, Sapir? Nice, eh? I always like it when a bird gets a worm.
So
there's a reward for it.
This is eating the insects or only, or there is the other things that you eat?
No, it's mostly insects and small invertebrates and yeah. That must be almost under the tree now, eh? You're looking at it from above.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a bit earlier, let me now think. Maybe this is one of the hardidays that actually looks like it's taken up residency in the big jackalberry outside cabin number 5 and the Vuyatella Lodge, the big jackalberry that Karula had her last kill in, the Nyala. Because the last couple of times that Peter and I went back there, we saw the two hardidas sitting on the tree, and at one point actually one of them had some nesting material in its bill. So actually now seeing that bird reminds me, actually over the next couple of days I'm going to check back and see if I can find them building a nest or something like that, and if it is, then maybe we'll see if I can just regularly do some updates from there and then collect some footage and actually follow their whole maybe nest building and breeding and raising their chicks, if that's what's going to happen. So that's actually, I just thought of that now. So actually that's one of the things I said that I like. You just sit looking there, and in one way you're enjoying it, but on the other hand you're always thinking about, maybe this is happening and that is happening, and okay, that's part of the fun of it. Let's see if it likes the green water or whether it goes for the clean water. That sounds nice actually, the green or the clean. Because normally green is associated with clean, but in this case that's not true. Although it's still natural, but yeah. Oh, can you go a little bit to the... What bird was that? Is it... Okay. I was almost going to say just a pigeon, but actually I don't like it when people say, it's just a pigeon or just an impala. But yeah, it's part of the language and the way we speak, I guess, because they're very common and you see them quite a lot, but they can just be as interesting as any other bird. And the fact that you see a lot of them actually makes it possible to actually also find out more about them and then just observe more, and you have a better chance of seeing interesting behavior than animals that you only see once in a while. As you can see here clearly also, that explains why one of the alternative names for this Cape turtle dove is ring-necked dove. As you can see, it's got a little, almost like half a ring around its neck.